So many tests next week. This weekend, you're gonna try and have as much fun as possible before you land deep in the pits of hell that is school. How come you've been going on, like, so many field trips? You've been going on, like, it's like every day you're going on, like, a field trip. Or you went to, like, you went on a plane, and then you went on, like, another plane, and then you went to a wolf sanctuary and an animal sanctuary and a zoo, all in the span of, like, a fucking month or, like, 2 weeks. What have you been doing? Why have you been, like, going places? The first trip was for choir during spring break, then a trip because your mom's best friend was in town, and this week is because it's my school program's Explorer Week, which she'll explain in the next message. The Explorer Week is where we get to pick a theme and activities, and teachers will organize and take us on, and choose animals. What? That sounds awesome! I wish I could fucking choose my, my field trips. I would have picked, like, amusement parks or some shit. There was one time we went on a field trip to the amusement park back in, like, high school or something for a technically science class. It was a science class musical because they're like, oh shit, dude, you know, roller coasters are physics. That's our excuse. And then we went to the amusement park. It was great. Oh, there was also an art and theater one, and a cooking one, and a sports theme one where people would watch a bunch of sports games and tour sports stadiums. A camping trip and backpacking trip was another one. This week, though, their camp burnt down? What do you mean their camp burned down? How do you... They went on a hike and saw the campsite in flames from the summit? What the fuck? Dude, on, like, a camping trip, aren't they supposed to specifically teach you, like, how to not have your campsite burned down? Yeah, arson, my favorite topic, next to cannibalism. Cannibalism. It was a big public campsite, so you doubt it was their fault. Oh, okay. I miss camping. I miss going out into the camps. What was camps? Camping camp. It was a camp where we camped. Stay away camp? What do we call it? Stay away camp? Jesus criminy. Summer camp? It wasn't summer camp. Because I did go to summer camp. Summer camp is where you just go to a building, and do activities or whatever, and then you go home. Camp, like stay away camp, you just go out into the fucking forest for a week. And then you just stay in tents and do, like, actual outdoors and stuff activities. That's not called summer camp here. Summer camp is something different. I mean, I guess you could call it summer camp. I've never heard stay away camps be called summer camps here. Summer camp is just kind of like after school activities, except it's not actually after school because it's during summer. Currently be inspected by your dog, who can apparently smell the giraffe slobber on your hands. Did you feed a giraffe? Did you feed the giraffe and their weird big black tongues or whatever? Don't they have, like, black tongues? I remember at the one amusement park that I've been to has fucking, what was I saying? It has, like, a safari thing, and then you can feed the giraffes. Fears to go camping? Hard to believe considering that camping can get cold, and I mean, Toaster doesn't like the cold. It can definitely be cold. There's actually a thing that we had during camp called the polar bear swim, which is when they would get us up super early in the morning to jump into the water when it's still super cold. And then we'd get, like, a little bonus thing or, like, a badge or something at the end for doing the polar bear swim. But yeah, I went camping for, like, several years. No, I know I've mentioned this before. I know I've mentioned this before. Because, it was, my first time at camp, it was when I was, like, 10 years old. and it was my first experience with human death because one of the girls in my campsite died while we were there. And then we still went back for like several years afterwards. It was a time. Oh, you did feed the giraffe. They have slobbery blackish purple tongues and they are quite friendly. Giraffes are so much bigger in person than in pictures. Like, I never really realized how giant a fucking giraffe was until I went on that safari thing and one was sitting down next to the truck. It was crazy. The zoo you went to has the largest amount of giraffes in the world of any zoo. It's all on the side of the mountain. Oh shit. Wait, what? Have you never been around when I mentioned that, Hogan? Yeah, it's very cheerful. Wait, have you also never been around, Silver? I've mentioned that like maybe twice, 2 or 3 times, I think. They are indeed tall. You know what else is really big in person? Is a camel. Camels are really intimidating in person. They're large. There was one at a petting zoo that I went to once. I got to feed a camel. But they're very big. And like the fluff, like that kind of like bump, that like fluffy bump at like the base of like the back of their necks or whatever, I thought that was like solid object. That's just fluff. It is just a ball of fluff. I know, I squeezed it. It was just a ball of fluff. But yeah, they're very big. You've ridden a camel? Really? Oh shit, that's awesome. Also a moose. Oh, moose are also really big. When I go to like Maine, at the one like wildlife conservatory or whatever they're called, they have a section that just has like moose, and they're very large. Baby meerkats and some wallaby joeys. Have I ever seen a meerkat? Like in real life? I don't know if I have. I've seen prairie dogs when I was in Colorado. When I was off in the Colorado desert, I saw some prairie dogs in the wild. I saw some cool animals. I saw a coyote. I saw prairie dog. I don't think I saw a tumbleweed. I think all of us were like, where are the tumbleweeds? We need to see a tumbleweed. And then I don't think we ever found a tumbleweed, and we were all disappointed. I saw like a skunk thingy. And then I also saw like some kind of snake. There were some neat animals out there. That is no meerkat.